Welcome. I'm Deb Goebel with Stearns Electric in St. Joseph, Minnesota. Today, let's look at our safety standard for ARC-rated shirts. We know our shirts are more than clothing, it's our PPE. We have 14 areas to consider in answering the question, are you RESAP ready? First, let's make sure the shirt we're looking at is ARC-rated. We should be able to find markings or tagging to indicate it. We can find it on the sleeve, the chest, or sometimes near the bottom. Next, let's look for any cuts, rips, tears, or open seams. If there are any that are greater than 1 inch opening, it needs to be repaired. Remember, this shirt is your PPE. Third, while we're looking it over, let's check for any heavily soiled areas from oil or grease that could compromise your safety. If you can still smell the chemical after 3 washings, it's time to discard the shirt. That product is just not coming out. While we're looking for the oily areas, let's also look for thin spots. Oftentimes you can find those by the elbow, but you can find them in other locations as well. Our 5th item to consider when finding a shirt is that it should be fitting you comfortably, not too big and not too small. And if alterations are needed to be made, it wasn't excessive. These clothes are made with special FR thread, and not just any thread will work to make those adjustments. Our 7th item to consider in ARC-rated shirts is to looking at the cuffs and the collars for fraying. This is evidence of wear, and those small fibers can contribute to a fire on your shirt. Now it's important that your members can identify your co-op, and that's why we have our logos on our shirts. But again, the thread can be a problem. If your logo is larger than a business card, you will need to be using the FR thread. The same goes for any screen printing. If your co-op has screen printing on as a logo, it needs to be smaller than a business card. The 10th action to consider an ARC-rated shirt really isn't about the shirt itself, it's about what you're wearing under it. If the material is made of polyester, nylon, or another material, it may melt to your body. And don't forget about the screen printing on those shirts. Your best bet is just to wear an ARC-rated shirt or 100% cotton. Next, let's look and see how the shirt is being worn. It needs to be tucked in so the flames can't go underneath it. The sleeve should be buttoned at the cuff. And I know you're not gonna like this one, but it should be buttoned all the way to the top. Our final action to consider is what you're spraying on your clothes for protection against bugs and ticks, etc. Do not spray the product that will contribute to a flame such as DEET. Make sure you're reading the SDS before using, and find one that's designated to be sprayed on ARC-rated clothing. We've now considered 14 areas in setting your safety standard for caring for and wearing your ARC-rated shirts. And now you know, so let's go do. And always remember, it's your words and your actions that set your safety standard. And never forget to live your commitment to safety today.